Alrighty, everyone, welcome to episode, I have no idea even what number, of the PC Pod. Today we're going to be going over lifestyle. What else are we going over now? What are the talking points?
Just kind of how PC became a thing, about your trading career, and kind of staying along the lines of that.
Cool.
Yep. So, the first question we can kind of just start things off with is, what got you started into day trading?
What got me started into day trading? Well, the number one thing was all I knew. And at the time, I didn't really have a desire to make a massive amount of wealth or anything like that. All I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to make money online and be my own boss, and to be able to travel the world. So basically, what I was looking up was how to make money online with an internet connection. And from there's several YouTube videos that popped up, talked about drop shipping. So I tried that. Didn't enjoy it. I built a pretty cool website. But the problem with that, and I won't go too deep into it, is the margins are just not there. And then I'm like, oh, the next one was day trading. I'll give that a shot. And then instantly I was hooked. I love math, love numbers, love graphs, and the ability to kind of compound your wealth is just online is awesome. So
I think that's a good question, that we all could even answer. So even when you're done, we could even pass it
yeah,
on to Corey, Dagan,
yeah,
and John.
yeah.
I mean, I can go if you want.
Yeah, go for it, Dagan.
Um, I kind of along the same road as Jason. I didn't want a normal job. I didn't want someone to just like boss me around and not waste my life, but like waste my life doing something I didn't enjoy. So I started day trading options by myself. Took my account from 500 to like 1400 in like 5 days, and then after 2 more days, took it down to 200. So I was like, okay, maybe not options. Maybe I will try something else, and then that's where I found Jason. In well, at first didn't work out, but then a couple months later I came back, and then yeah, and it's taken off from there.
Do you still have that YOLO options Robinhood account or no?
Oh yeah, I don't
Oh,
think
that's
I have much
awesome.
in it right now, but that's the only thing I use my Robinhood for. I had Dogecoin and I had
I
just
feel like
YOLO options, just totally degenerate account.
I feel like we need to hear the story. Like, why did it work out the first time?
I mean, I messaged him and he's like, "Oh no, you bullied me in high school. I'm sorry," something along those
Oh,
lines. But
he
Oh,
we
did.
didn't
that's
even go to
good.
the same high school. He's a liar.
He did. Don't let him tell you differently. The same friend group. He called me Casper the Ghost. And whenever
Oh,
we'd all get together and be like, "Who invited this kid?" It's the worst feeling ever in the world. But
I mean, is he
uh,
wrong?
Well,
No, I'm
No.
yeah.
kidding.
But then from there, I was probably 6 months, and then I was like, that was kind of not the right thing to do. Two wrongs don't make a right. I didn't feel any better about not having him in the group. Um, then eventually, our group wasn't even that big back then. It was just me, him, and one other gentleman live trading together. And then from there, just kind of he helped join the back end of it and help build Profit Chasers to what it is. But
Where you want to go, or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll go. So I'll kind of do like trading and then also kind of profit chasers. They go together anyway. But um, trading wise, I started out several years ago in crypto. Kind of like digging. I got a Robinhood account. Got some crypto here and there, a little bit of Bitcoin, Ethereum. Just kind of dabbled in that, and that's kind of where I started trading. Also in that, did some swing trades here and there. Made a decent amount of money, but I wasn't really furthering my knowledge. I was just kind of, doing the same thing, buying here, selling here, hoping to get lucky. And then Profit Chasers, I actually found on TikTok, which is funny because I don't know when TikTok came out, but I'd say months, maybe even a year. I was like, I'm not getting this app. Like, my wife lives in it on her phone on the couch for hours a day. I was like, I'm not downloading this app. And then one day I was like, all right, whatever, let me see. And the first trading thing I ever saw on TikTok was Jason. So I started watching his live streams, um, joined the Discord, just kind of quietly in the background, and then it, exploded into what it is today. Learned a lot, and obviously part of the team, and many more, blessings to come. So
Were you a chair video guy? Were you the chair video guy?
100%. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
That is
my
awesome.
That was the one.
That is awesome. Yeah, I can kind of go next. The thing that kind of got me into day trading was the digital money. I started in NFTs. I was pretty successful, but it wasn't stable. It was something you could really never count on. There were a lot of rug pulls and so on. So I kind of wanted something more stable. Stock market's been around for a while, so I did a lot of research on the side. And I was just scrolling on TikTok one day, and Jason's live came up, and I caught myself watching it for like 15 minutes. I was like, "What am I doing?" So I just scrolled past it, and then the next day it came up, and I watched it again, and then I just started kind of getting attached to it, and then I just kept going further, and then I purchased a membership, and that's the history of it.
I sold him the membership. I take responsibility for that.
Yeah, you did.
Wait, did you do an onboarding call?
Almost lost it.
No. Oh, okay.
That was before we were more selective.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I guess John, your story is probably the coolest of them all, and how you started trading. You want to kind of go into detail on how you got into stock trading?
Yeah, so my first year up at U Albany, I actually met Jason, and we would just eat every day together, hit the gym every day. And one day I went up to his room, and he was like, "This is what I'm doing now, John." Showed me Thinkorswim, showed me what everything was, and I will never forget it. I just fell in love with it right there.
Dorm room.
Literally, if you've ever seen Love at First Sight, it was like I had two monitors at the time, and he just came in my room and he was like, "What is that?" And just like he just got hyped and all things stocks, and then we just kind of talked about it, and then from there he went back to his computer in his dorm room, downloaded the software, and it was just cool. Like it literally was like, some people were like, "Oh, like that's like kind of like scary," or like, "What the heck is that, you weirdo?" But literally John saw the stock chart and was like, "Oh my gosh, like I want it." It's just funny.
So let's get this straight. That is the start of PC, right? That has got to be the ultimate start.
I had a few kids, friends I was kind of just helping with. My roommate at the time, if he would ever wake up, kind of roll out of bed at 9. I mean, we all kind of rolled out of bed at 9:30 back then. But he was like a 10 o'clock trader, and he would be on his MacBook and he'd trade alongside me, and then literally I think that happened, and then I made peace. We went home on Christmas break or spring break or something, and then I kind of made the logo, made a little Discord. It was me, John, and like two other guys, and then I just started kind of coaching them up because I was tired of personally texting every single one of them like, "Hey, I'm buying this," or "Hey, I'm buying that." And it just got too much, and I didn't want to have 100 phone numbers in a group chat. So we made a little Discord just so I can kind of ping them all at the same time, keep it off of my text messages. And then I made a YouTube video and just kind of said like, "Hey, anyone else who's kind of interested in joining?" 2 became 10, became 40. A few guys. I made a little Instagram, and some other kids. You can scroll to my first post. I made like $5 or whatever, and just a few people would join. And then I remember at one point I was even myself privately messaging people on Discord like, "Hey, would you want to join my stock trading group?" I remember I'd get so excited if like 5 people joined in a day. I'm like, "Wow, we're growing like crazy." And then I remember we hit 100 members. I remember vividly we were like hard stuck at like 300 members, and I just remember thinking like, "That's so many people." And then, Dagan and I kind of put our brains together and helped it, grow to what it should be. We hit social media hard, made a lot of content. But if you go to my first YouTube video, you'll see me swiveling in this stupid chair in my dorm room. That was the exact dorm room, same setup that John walked in just a few years ago and saw what I was doing, and kind of motivated me to kind of grow out my own shell, because if he got excited like that, how many other people in this world would get excited, by just me showing them, what I do. So that was kind of his excitement. I was like, you know what, that's cool. I want to have more people like that, more motivated individuals. So.
be interesting to be a fly on the wall in the dorm room of a young kid, and your friends come
Oh,
in
yeah.
and they're like, "What the heck is going on here?"
Yeah, I had a different dorm room in first semester. I shared a suite with 6 different guys, and I remember a few of them would peek into my room. I have a few Snapchats saved of. I remember one day vividly it was on ticker symbol LEE. I mean like $450, $500 on a little day trade, little break at the pre-market high, and like they were all waking up at around 11 a.m. about gonna go down and get breakfast or whatever, and they like would peek in my room and that like they saw it. So there was a few of them that were like interested, actually right in my dorm room. One of them trades Forex now.
So what was the first profit you flexed? I got to hear this to get everybody to want to start following you.
I mean, flexing's relative.
Like what was the number that John walked in on and you were like, "Oh, hey, this is how much I made today," or like something like that?
I probably lost on it. There was never like a hey, like this is like boom, like in your face. I've never been that type of guy. At least hopefully not. I mean, he came in it was like 9 p.m. at night, so I doubt he even made any money. In fact, then I was below PDT, so yeah, I don't think it was the profit that got him at all. You know, I remember that one was a big one. That I made like $500 at the time. That was like my biggest trade yet. And then you know a lot of people were like, like what are you doing exactly? Like what'd you say you were doing? And yeah, probably see that one.
That's crazy. It's definitely cool though.
For your next question, obviously we
Yeah.
can edit this part out, but you were like really robotic in a lot of that, Jason. I don't know if there's something.
Yeah, like it was like really bad.
Really?
I'm sure it's probably fine on your end because you're just recording straight from your mic.
Yeah, I am. And it's not robotic
So
on my
I think
stream.
it's probably fine
Okay.
because I don't. If none of us were talking, it probably would be fine.
I thought it was my end, and then I saw you guys were fine, and then I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I figure it probably is good on your end. I just want to say something just in case. That way we don't do the whole.
Yeah, no. Is it the voice or is it the camera or both?
It was both,
It was
but
both.
it's good now.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, well,
Right. Ready?
yeah,
I'm
whatever.
gonna stop out just so I can do the call real quick. But
All right, buddy.
thanks for letting me be in, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, no problem.
I was glad he was able to share his perspective.
Yeah, that was really good. Okay, so we'll kind of jump into the next question here. I picked out this one specifically. You know, what made you take Profit Chasers to the next level, like further than that dorm room with all your college friends?
It really was. I want to say probably it was John, in the regards of like how excited he got, but then the biggest part of me and the reason why I really wanted to grow it is when I came back home and dropped out of college to pursue this. I'm like, if I'm making so much money doing this, why would I keep it to myself? It's such a selfish, innate thing that a lot of humans do. Of like, I want to have my nest egg. I don't want to tell anyone about it. Like, if I'm making money, why shouldn't I put my friends on, my family on? And then a few friends from high school I reconnected with, made a little mindset mastery group, and we would, like I said, we'd go over each other's trades in my office. We all kind of were around the same boat. I think I was the only one above PDT back then, but it was cool to kind of build that atmosphere and to meet every Wednesday. It was more mindset oriented, but we would show our trades for the week. We did right, we did wrong, we'd all journal, and it was a lot of fun, really. And not the greatest feeling for me at the time was to help my friends out financially. If I can help make their life a little bit better in what I'm good at in the financial aspect, hopefully in the mindset and spiritual aspect as well. But if I can help them out financially so they can, do the things they want to do, travel, that's just the best feeling. So I guess I wanted more than just those guys in my group. I wanted, at the time of recording this, over 40,000 members.
Yeah, so you got enjoyment out.
Sorry, no. It's interesting to hear
No, go
like
for
your
it.
perspective of kind of your mindset way back then, because obviously now, Profit Chasers as a whole, like you said, over 40,000 people in a Discord, and I'm sure most of them, look to you as, a trading or like a financial giant. But
Mhm.
I mean, you started where everyone else started at some point, so.
Yeah, no, I did. I really did. I had a little $2,000 account at the time, and I had no idea what I was doing, and then come out of the womb knowing how to trade. I was extremely nervous trading. Shoot, even today, part of me was like, oh boy, like when I doubled up my position size on accident. And so even to this day, I can still be emotional, but I'm human, just like everyone else. Try to be as robotic as possible, but I never will be completely robotic. So, yeah, I felt all the same emotions. I've blown up probably more accounts than all you guys combined. I've lost a lot of people money. I've lost myself money. And so to kind of finally get to a point where I'm heading down the right path and teaching people the right path of wealth and wealth building and creation is really rewarding to me, because it has not been like that. In fact, those kids that I made that little mastery group, only half of them were still trading, because at the time, several years ago, I wasn't probably the teacher I am now, or definitely not the trader I was now. And so the half that stuck with it are doing really good. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, only one of them is still full-time trading, and that's Haltman, Colby.
Yep.
And he was able to grow his measly $2,000 account, and now he's well over PTT, and I think his account's like 30,000, and he even took money out to buy a truck. So, that it's cool to see.
I think that's like definitely special. Like that's kind of why I wanted to join Profit Chasers. First as just a customer, and then as an employee, because seeing how many people we're helping and help teach them how to day trade full time is like crazy, and like it's literally like so powerful to see everybody's comments about Profit Chasers, like, oh, you guys have helped me, raise this much money. Now I'm financially free and so on. That's like the joy, and that is like the payment of working for Profit Chasers, is you get to help people every single day.
Yeah, I mean, one second, my camera's speaking up. Yeah, even that one gentleman in the winners today, Bryce, he's a PC member. He was able to make over $2,000 just today alone to pay for his entire trip, for Miami. So that's kind of the lifestyle we want to bring to a lot of the people joining. Not to blow your money the second you make it, but the simple fact that you can actually go and do that and still make money. One day alone paid for his entire vacation. So, you could see the amount of exclamation points and the excitement just from the message he sent originally. So that to me is like one of the most rewarding things. Because
100%.
you don't bring your money with you when you die. So the simple fact that they're able to have a better life, if it's buying their time back, having more free time, not having to have a 9 to 5, vacationing more, doing things they weren't planning on doing, blessing their family, that is the ultimate goal. I wasn't blessed with amazing genetics on anything else, but I feel like I was blessed with a business mindset and with a financial mindset and how to build wealth. So.
Yeah, and sharing that is good, and it's even a testament to, you hear the cliche 90% of traders fail. Well, it's really not a cliche, it's actually true, and the fact that you can kind of attest to the friend group you had, how Haltman is kind of the only one left. A lot of the 90% don't make it because they stop or they quit.
Yep.
And, it's really easy to do in a market like this, but you just got to keep showing up and come every day and learn, and you're going to make it.
I think you could definitely take advantage of this dead market, to be honest. If you're just starting out in this dead market, I think like it teaches you so many valuable lessons that you won't learn in a hot market.
Yep.
So don't be afraid and just want to quit, because once that hot market comes, you're going to be so thankful that you stuck with it.
Yeah. Obviously we're able to see it on the number side of things as members joining. 2 weeks ago, we had some rough weeks. There was no direction. We weren't making any money. And so a lot of people bailed out, which is understandable. And then this week, we had members absolutely killed it. I'm up just under 25K. There were several other members that are up several other thousands on the week. And had those people just stuck with it, and we were able to see where the grass is greener on kind of an actual good week. That's what keeps me showing up every single morning. I told my friend I did not want to trade one day a week ago because I'm like, there's just been no opportunity. But my goal is I have to sit down every day because I have no idea when the market's going to turn around or when there's going to be opportunity. Ironic enough, I think I ended up making like $13,500 that day. So so it's just being consistent. And like I said, last year, talking numbers, the first 9 months of last year, I might have made like, oh boy, I don't even know, 150,000 maybe, and that's not, in my opinion, that wasn't that impressive. And then the last 3 months of the year, I made like 350,000 or something. So it's really like there could be several weeks in a year that could just dramatically change your life, and that won't happen if you just don't stick through with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Stay consistent. That's going to be the key. Kind of like what Corey said. That's why, I think that 90% do fail is because they do stop and they're not seeing profits in the first month, so they just they give up on it.
Yeah, it's really easy to do. I mean, trading's hard. Learning anything is hard, but showing up every day and using kind of your hard-earned money to make money, but in a market where it's tough and you're trying to learn and you get discouraged, like it's very easy to quit.
Very.
Yeah. I think that kind of leads into a good question to ask right now is, how is your mindset, this is for everybody, not just Jason, how has your mindset as a trader changed from that very first day you started in the stock market to now? Dagan's little dog making an appearance.
You go first.
Yeah, I came into it just terrified to lose, I guess. Like, I wanted to make the money, but I didn't at the same time. I was like, okay, how can I do this with the least risk possible? But I think now that I've accepted that every time I trade, it's not going to be the 100% winner. Kind of like how I started with options. Like, my first week, I just kept hitting winner after winner after winner, and I was like, oh, I just can't lose. And then I lost, and that kind of set me back a couple weeks because I was like, oh, I'm scared to lose now. But if you can kind of just be responsible and take those losers, but just at a small amount, it's going to happen. You just have to be ready for it. And also, just like taking other people's advice, like just, I don't know, like listening to the four of us. If you're in the Discord, you have a question or something, or you make a mistake and someone not just corrects you, but kind of still tries to lean you in a direction or help you out a little bit, just take their advice. Like, listen to what they have to say. Everyone's been through the same stuff. Everyone's been at the same beginning point as you probably are right now. It gets better. It's just tough at the beginning.
Start of it seems like that's how everyone starts out. They start out winning, and it gets them like,
everyone.
Easy, let's get it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I joined in a hot market, and I went full bore, and I knew nothing. My first month, I made, in my opinion, a lot of money, and then after that, lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So joining a hot market, I actually learned a lot. Just with number one, I have a lot to learn because I really didn't know anything at that point, and two, like, trading is an art. It's a profession, in my opinion, and not anyone can just come in here and throw money at it and be successful. So I got humbled real quick, and I'm thankful for that. I'm glad that happened kind of early on in my trading career, and then obviously the market's kind of cooled off. So many lessons learned in this market, not only for myself but for the Discord as a whole and profit chasers, and we can all use that moving forward. Again, continuing to show up every day, and when the market turns, all this hard work's going to pay off for sure.
Definitely. To add off of that, Corey, that's why we decided to increase the amount of lessons we were doing. We doubled up the one-on-one lessons capable. We are now doing multiple group lessons a week. We're extending the trading sessions so we can really coach our team up because if we can have an army of individuals that can maybe not even be profitable, but just even break even right now, when the market does turn around, we're going to explode as a group and as a movement, just because there's so many individuals that did stick through it. That's going to make so much money when the market does turn around, as opposed to, hey, I'm going to learn during a hot market and then just get started and things like that. No, now's the time to learn. But going back to your question, what has been a mindset shift for me? To be honest, on a macro level, no, it hasn't changed. Like, I knew even if I lost money doing it, I would never quit. I never, quit at anything. I have had a passion for it. And I hate to say it, but even if I was losing money, 3 years later, I probably would still be doing it because I'm someone who wanted it so bad I would do anything to make it work. And I think that's why I did make it work, because it took me almost 3 years to learn. I'm still learning today, but 3 years of losing money and blowing up accounts, of going from 0 to 100K to back down to back up to back, and being very stressed on how I'm going to pay bills was, not a life I would envy at all. But being able to see the other side of it, and see traders profit made me keep coming back and learning and tweaking. And so I guess the two things I've learned: one, that obviously consistency is key. That no matter how much I lose or how often I'm like, man, I don't feel like trading, I have to stick through it. I'm going to continue to trade. Maybe reduce my position size a little bit, be more selective, but I'll never stop trading just because, heck with it, I don't feel like doing it. And number two, I would say is this is a walk, not a race. Meaning everyone goes at their own pace. So to compare myself dollar amount, percent gain wise to another trader is not going to help me at all. It's only going to force me to take unneeded position sizes, force me to take unneeded risk, to in turn lose more money. And that was a problem with me. I'd see all these other traders make several thousand more than I did. I'm like, man, I want to be that guy. Well, you will be, but it's consistency. It's not a get rich quick. It's just a get rich guaranteed over time. And so that's just the one thing I really learned. It's a walk, not a race.
Yep. So I'd say the biggest mindset change for me is FOMO buying. When I first started out and I didn't enter a trade that you guys all entered and the stock's like going crazy, I would always buy in at the last minute because I'm missing the ride, and then I'd end up losing because I happened to buy at the penny high. So, and then I always lost so much money early on doing that. And then I just had to learn, like, hey, it's all right. Like, there's going to be more opportunities. That's not the only opportunity I'll ever see. So that was definitely the biggest mindset. And it's even more than just stock trading. Joining Profit Chasers has really just changed my mindset as a whole. Like Jason and I were talking before, like millionaire has never been in my mouth before for me. Like I always thought I would work a 9 to 5, just kind of be comfortable. But then like since joining Profit Chasers and showing how to invest your money just even further than the stock market, like millionaire seems reachable. So even my mindset with that as like a business standpoint and like investing has been crazy and has skyrocketed since joining.
Yeah, that's one thing that definitely molded for me over time, being around millionaires. Coming out of high school, and I always knew, not that I was cocky. I didn't really pay attention in high school, to be honest with you. I always knew that I was going to somehow figure out a way to be successful, but the how kind of still needed to come into focus. For me, it was I kind of just wanted to make money online. Maybe even if it was, I think my goal was to make $100 a day. I think I could live off of, pay my rent, and enjoy my day and not have to work a 9 to 5. But now have making a lot of money. It's just like, wealth is not a game of numbers, it's a game of ratios. Just constantly compounding your wealth and getting to the next level. It's so much easier than going from 0 to 100K, from 100K to $1 million.
I also think wealth and being rich means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. You have someone come up, they make $100 a day. They're a millionaire, to them in their perspective. And that's one of the things I love most about Profit Chasers as a whole. With this group of guys, in this specific situation, talking about us four. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people. In this case, financially and obviously spiritually is important. And shooting big. Jason always says that your dreams should scare you, and if they don't, they're not big enough. So.
Nope. Yep. Stand by that.
Yeah.